Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Boost Your Vocabulary with me Shreya Srivastav, and welcome to the YouTube channel of Pratham Test Prep. I hope you've had a good day, and we are here with another set of 5 words that we're going to do related to vocabulary, and I hope that you enjoy it. But before I begin, I hope that you've also subscribed to the channel and have also hit the bell icon, so if there's anything that's happening on the channel, you'd get to know about it. Okay, we'll start with the first thing. First and foremost, we'll begin with the first word. So if you look at the word, we will have rebut. That's our first word. Okay, so in terms of our first word, we look at the mnemonic aid. If I remember correctly, I had talked about mnemonic aid in the last class as well. And what mnemonic aid is, it is basically when you help yourself to remember a certain piece of information, it helps you to remember a certain piece of information using something, anything. It can be a Hindi word, it can be an English word, it can be any sort of thing that you think that can help you remember a certain piece of information, right? So rebut, the mnemonic aid for rebut would be repeated use of but. Now first and foremost, when do we use but, right? Whenever we use but, we are talking about like a contradiction of some sort, कि आप कुछ बोल रहे हो और उसके बाद आप but use करते हो, तो it's mostly like a contradiction. It can be refuting something, it can be rebutting something, like in the sense of I don't agree with that. उस चीज़ से मैं agree नहीं करती, तो what will I do? I rebut that. That means I contradict it, I oppose it in a way. So rebuttal is exactly that. Rebuttal is opposition, rebuttal is contradiction, it's refuting something, like saying that okay, I don't agree with this, I completely refuse to accept that point. That is rebut. So repeated use of but से आप rebut को याद रख सकते हो. Sentence wise, if you see, it says he had to rebut charges that he was involved in financial malpractices. मतलब he had to contest it, he had to refuse, he had to deny कि ऐसा भी कुछ हो रहा है, right? That there are some financial malpractices happening. So you're contradicting that charge, you're refusing, that you're contesting, you're denying. That is what rebuttal is. Okay, so that's our first word. Now look at what I've done here. I have left part of speech blank. Now the reason I've done that is this time around, maybe it'll help you, it'll be a good idea that you also try to identify what is the part of speech for this specific word. Let's look at the meaning. If the meaning has to in it, so that becomes a verb, right? If it's an action that you're doing in the sentence, it becomes a verb. So he had to do this action, right? Verbs are what? Verbs are actions that one performs, right? So he had to rebut, that means he had to contradict, refuse, contest, deny. He had to do this action of refusing the charges. That's basically making this a verb. That's our first word. Let's head to the second word now. So make sure that you remember that the mnemonic aid for this word is repeated use of but. Second, the word is tangential. Now for tangential, what you need to remember is, I'm pretty sure आप लोगों ने ये phrase सुना होगा, you are on a different tangent altogether. When you say different tangent altogether, मतलब आप बिल्कुल ही कुछ अलग ही बात कर रहे हो, right? When you're saying something that's completely off the mark or something that's completely different from what you were talking about, that is tangent, right? किसी और tangent पे, मतलब किसी और level पे, किसी और topic पे. That's what tangential is. So mnemonic aid wise, if something is on a different tangent, you can say that that is tangential, meaning it's not relevant, it's not directly related, it's different from what you're talking about. Okay, जब आप दो अलग अलग चीज़ों के बारे में बात करते हो, right, that is what tangential is. Different from one thing, or different, talking about two different things altogether, that is tangential. So sentence wise, if you look at this, they say they wasted time on talking about tangential topics that were not relevant to the meeting. मतलब अगर आप किसी ऐसी चीज़ के बारे में बात कर रहे हो जो it's not even related, it is irrelevant, it is not pertinent to whatever we needed to talk about, that is tangential. So जब आप digress करते हो, like this is a word which I'm pretty sure you must know of, digress करना, okay, digression. या digressive क्योंकि ये tangential है, it's an adjective. So if something is digressive मतलब it is not directly related, it's different from what we are talking about, it's completely off the mark, the topic or the conversation is off the mark मतलब बिल्कुल अलग बात चल रही है from what you needed to talk about. So that's that. So they wasted time on talking about tangential topics मतलब completely digressive topics, off the mark topics, not pertinent so impertinent topics, not relevant so irrelevant, completely different, completely alag. That is what tangential is. So if you look at the word, you will see AL at the end. So some of the words that talk about one thing being an adjective can be AL, can be IVE, ENT, ANT. इन सबसे पता चलता है कि ये सब adjectives हैं. These will be the suffixes that you will be looking at in a word. If they have any one of these suffixes, meaning it is an adjective. The other thing that you might want to look at is topics. Noun है. So then what is describing this noun is this word tangential. That means tangential then becomes an adjective. Right, that's our second word. Tangential means something that's completely off the mark, not relevant, not directly important or related. Hello Arushi, how are you? So that's what tangential is. It's an adjective. Let's look at the third word for the day. The word is sentient. So sentient से हम लोग क्या याद रख सकते हैं? Sentimental या सिर्फ senti. Somebody who is very senti is sentient. That means somebody who is able to experience or respond to feelings. That is sentient. जो ऐसा इंसान जो emotional हो, sensitive हो, right, can respond to other people's feelings, so emotional available ho, that is a sentient person. So let's have a look at this video. It's a small video about this one very beautiful movie, and there are two people in this video. One of them is sentient, the other is absolutely not. So we'll have a look at it and then we'll discuss.
डिसलेक्सिया पे छपी सारी जानकारी उसने पढ़ डाली है. आपको बताना था.
क्यों? मुझे क्यों बताना था?
नहीं, कहीं आप ये सोच के ना बैठे हो कि हम उन लोगों में से हैं जो अपने बच्चों का ख्याल नहीं करते.
ख्याल करना बहुत ज़रूरी है मिस्टर अवस्थी. इसमें इलाज की शक्ति है, एक मरहम है जिससे दर्द मिटता है.
Okay, so there were two people in this video. I am sure you know the movie. I'm good. I'm an ex-Pratham student. I'm in St. Xavier's College now. That is so good to know, Arushi. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. I hope you're having fun in that college. It's a beautiful one at that, right? I wish you all the very best. Thank you for letting me know. I feel really happy when I get to know that my students are doing well for themselves. Okay, so one person, the father, not emotionally available at all, right? Not sensitive at all, does not realize the importance of being emotional, of being supportive. So that is not a sentient person at all. But on the other hand, Amir Khan in this scene is extremely sentient, meaning he is very, very emotional. He's able to experience feelings, he's able to experience or respond well to emotions. That is what sentient would be. So it is hard for a sentient person to understand how parents could treat their own children so harshly. That means it's difficult for a very emotional person or a sensitive one to understand or to realize that there are parents who would treat their children harshly. So if you're talking about person's a noun. Describing a noun would mean that sentient becomes an adjective. The other thing is ent at the end. It's a suffix for an adjective, remember? So this one becomes an adjective. Let's go to the fourth word. Fourth word is undulate. Now for undulate, you have the mnemonic fluctuate. Fluctuating means moving up and down. Fluctuating is going up and down, rising and falling. So undulate is basically that, rising and falling. Let's have a look at this small video and then we'll discuss. at this video, you will realize that, you know, this cat that we have here has a very beautiful like expression with her eyelashes going the way they go, right? The blinking of the eyelash moving up and down would be undulating. You can also think of how Tom was walking in a way where he was just basically moving up and down, rising and falling. That's undulating. But in otherwise, if you think about, let's say, undulating in terms of, let's say, the keyboards of the keys of the keyboard, as they have mentioned in the sentence, the keys of the keyboard undulated. That means it went up and down, right? It could also mean, let's say, eggs in a boiling pan undulate. That means they rise and fall, they go up and down. Stock market undulates, meaning it rises and falls. So it can be used in any way where you're describing a moment that's vertical, right? Describing a moment that's rising and falling in a way. Part of speech wise, you see that the meaning has two. It's clearly a verb because the keys did this action of moving up and down or rising and falling. That's our fourth word. Let's have a look at the last word, which is the fifth one, and which is volatile. So for volatile, what you need to see is that the mnemonic for this is violent. So somebody who's violent would be volatile, right? Somebody who can be very easily angered, that's volatile. Let's have a look at this video first and then we'll discuss.
Hello, Gia. So glad to see you. Dr. Kabir, our VIP patient.
Patient.
By the way, I'm a big fan of yours. I have seen all your films. In fact, आपकी last film, दिल ही दिल में, मैंने 3 बार देखी. You were so excellent in that.
Thank you.
आपको अगर हमारे इस हॉस्पिटल में कभी शूट करना हो, तो प्लीज कॉल मी डायरेक्टली. आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. I assure you, full cooperation. और जब तक आप यहाँ पे हैं, in case if you need any help, we all are here. Please let us know. Okay? मंजरी, मैडम का खास ख्याल रखें. She is our VIP patient.
ट्रेन में होटल में बढ़िया तुम लोग हो? हाँ? ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में फर्क समझ में नहीं आता है? बड़े लोगों को काम नहीं कर रहे तुम लोग हैं? हेरोइन तो सप्ताह हम भूल जाएंगे हम लोग? What's the first thing you do when a patient comes to the hospital? हाँ?
Okay, so that's volatile. That's clearly like a person who is likely to change very suddenly and become extremely angry or violent in a very unpredictable manner, right? So that's volatile. So he had a volatile temper. It's difficult to live with him. That means he had a temper that was likely to change very easily and suddenly and without any prior notice. And so temper, if temper is a noun, volatile becomes an adjective, right? So this will be an adjective where we are describing a person's temper or a person in general who can change very suddenly and can become extremely violent, right? So that's basically what volatile is. Okay, so that's where I will bring all the 5 words towards an end, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed all the sessions, all the words that we did, and please make sure that you like, subscribe and hit the bell icon of the channel so that there is anything that you would like us to do. Please let us know in the comment section as well. Until I see you next time, take care of yourselves, be good, stay safe, have a very good night, bye bye.